This is part 2 of How to Play Somebody to Love by Queen. In the last lesson we looked at the intro. Today we're focusing on the first verse and pre-chorus. Here is middle C for reference. Let me show you the first phrase that we will be learning. All we are playing there is the first part of the intro that leads us into the verse. Right after that bit. The only difference is that we move it all down an octave. Because we've already looked at that in the other lesson, I'll only briefly go through it in today's video. We've got our A flat octaves in our left hand. Right hand is going to play A flat and C together. Then up to our E flat on top, play the upper A flat bass note. We then fall down onto the first inversion of E flat major over G bass notes, so octave G bass there. Right hand's going to play G and B flat together. Then our E flat on top, upper G bass note. F minor, F octaves in your left hand, A flat and C together. Root note F. A flat and C again with the E flat on top. Then upper bass note, A flat and C, down to root note again. Our next phrase will sound like this. What we have there is another A flat major chord, A flat octaves, A flat and then C together. This time what we do is play our A flat here, then play our E flat on top. So it's our chord, root note, then E flat on top. Moving to a B flat major. In our left hand we have B flat octaves, while our right hand plays B flat, D, and F. After the B flat chord, we then just play A flat by itself, and then B flat also by itself. We then have the E flat major pattern, which sounds like this. All we do there is keeping E flat octaves in our left hand. Our right hand's going to play B flat, E flat, and then G on top, which gives us the second inversion of E flat major. We'll play that together with our left hand. Then with our right hand, we're going to come up to the 1, 3, 5 and then octave version of the E flat major chord. So what we'd have here is E flat, G, and then B flat, adding in the octave E flat. Play that together. Then the upper bass note in your left hand. Drop both of the E flats with your right hand, so you'd be playing just G and B flat. Then fall down to the root note. So it's the full chord. Upper bass note, then just G and B flat, down to E flat. This will be the first half of our verse. The second half is going to start off pretty similar. We will again go with the A flat major, playing A flat octaves in our left hand. Right hand's going to do A flat and C. Playing the E flat like normal. The only change is we don't then play the upper bass note. So the first half would sound like this, upper bass note. Again there. Second half we go like this. We sort of hang on the chord a little bit longer. So it's the A flat. Then left hand moves down to G. Right hand plays G and B flat together. Then E flat on top. Down to the F, which you'll play normally, the F minor. The same way that we've already played it twice in this song. After the F minor, we then move straight to a B flat major chord. In our left hand, we've got octave B flats. Our right hand plays B flat, D, and F. So very similar to before. We're also going to play the A flat here again, but this time we play our chord. So instead of chord, A flat, B flat, we instead go chord, A flat by itself, and then B flat major chord again. Add the upper bass note here. Then play your chord again, but this time as a dominant 7th chord. So we add our flat and 7 here, which is the A flat. We play that together with the B flat, D, and F. There's our 7. Then an upper B flat bass note to finish that off. B flat major. Again, upper bass note, B flat 7, upper bass note into the E flat major pattern. That finishes the verse. Before we move on to the pre-chorus, I just want to explain how the verses work. Every verse uses the exact same chord progression, which is A flat major into E flat over G, F minor, minor 7. Then it's A flat, B flat major into E flat. We follow the exact same chord progression, we just change up the rhythm and what inversions or what right hand chords are being played. Realistically, you could just use everything that we've just learnt and play that along to every verse and it will still fit and sound good, but I will of course be working through the 2nd, 3rd and 4th verse. Just as a quick heads up with those, the 1st and 2nd verse are quite different from each other. Again, the same chords, but just quite a different rhythm. And with the 3rd and 4th verses, by the way, they are pretty much identical to each other, and they're also very closely related to the 1st verse. There's just a couple of changes, like instead of this, it's just... that's sort of the only real differences. Let's move on to our pre-chorus. It sounds like this. Then into our chorus. So what we have there is an A flat major first inversion. With our left hand we've got A flat octaves, right hand's going to play middle C, E flat and then A flat. We play the C, E flat and A flat together with our left hand, and then fall all the way down to our root note being A flat. Then we play B flat major, B flat octaves, B flat, D and F. And just as we did in the first half of the verse, we're going to play, after our chord, A flat and B flat again, into the E flat major pattern. So A flat major, A flat into B flat, A flat, B flat. I'll show you this last phrase a little bit slower, just so you can kind of understand a little bit better. But it's going to go E flat major again, down to B flat 7, E flat major, the same way, then D flat major. Starting with our E flat major. All we're going to do is play the same chord again with our left hand. So E flats, E flat, G, B flat and E flat on top. Play that all together. Then the E flat root note here with the thumb. Then upper bass note here with your left hand. So all together, root note, upper bass note, falling down to a B flat major, B flat octaves, B flat, D and F, just as usual. Then we play the A flat here, giving us our dominant 7, and then the upper B flat bass note. So chord, A flat, B flat down there. Back to the E flat, played the exact same way. Chord, root note, upper bass note. Then we move down into a D flat major. This will be the second inversion, where our left hand will play D flat octaves, right hand's going A flat, D flat, and F. We play that together with the D flat, then play our D flat here, upper D flat bass note. Into our chorus. So we'll do that one a little bit slower. E flat, root note, bass note, B flat, A flat, upper bass note, back to the E flat major again, root note, upper bass note, D flat major, second inversion, A flat, D flat, F, D flat, D flat, A flat major. If you have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in part 3 where we start looking at the chorus.